place, etc., are going to be controlled now from each, from each organization, for example. And so I said today, is that actually, honestly, is that what we are doing? But he said, yo. So I said, well, honestly, I do not know what that is. So that was different at the time, and later on, had to ask the other governors what they think, and they were able to say, well, that is not what it is. So we had to organize a meeting of all the governors, and he was invited to attend so that we can deal with the Aburi Accord. And we met at NIFO in Benin, and he did not turn up. And of course, all the secretaries to the government, all the were there, all the governors were there. He was invited, but of course he said because of security reason he cannot come, so he didn't come or send anybody. And we discussed that Aburi discussion, and for example, the permanent, the secretary to the government, the West, did ask, came and appealed to me, as a Christian, please, if we can make sure that that accord, what we agreed is in the true spirit of Aburi. And I told him, as a Christian, I can assure you that that is the way, it is going to be. And we had that meeting.
It's a very useless man. So, yeah, the part that described the Aburi Accord, where it was agreed then that the military should be decentralized, the police should be decentralized, something close to, the regions remain, and they will have their own army, they will have their own police, but they will share, being part of the same country, they will share the, they will share the same immigration system, security system, and all that stuff like laws and all that. But people will have, each region will have the chance of protecting their own people and defending their own people whenever time arises. So this was their agreement, according to Ojukwu, something that it was said, books have been written on this, right? That it was interpreted to Ojukwu in Lagos, that this is practically you sharing power with, it was interpreted for Gowon rather, in Lagos, that this is you like sharing power with Ojukwu. Ojukwu is even more powerful than you because it's controlling the region that has the oil. So this is not, this is not good. Not for when they felt like they have removed an Igbo general from power. Aguiyi Rossi. Do you get what I mean? Rossi is not even Igbo, is it? No, it's not. Anyway, so now turning around to now share power with another Igbo man. No, it's not going to happen. This was the beginning. That was what led to the death of millions of children, women, because of the ego of what people wrote as the ego of a two men. At that point, Ojukwu felt like it was time for him to defend his own people, and almost unprepared, because I think Ojukwu said they were not preparing for war. After the Aburi, they celebrated it enough that the delegation was so happy that finally any bloodshed or what have you had been averted. Only for Yakubu got lost to Renich, and just few days after, that they came back from their Benin meeting, which Ojukwu didn't attend. That was when we had Biafra, the genocide. But here is one of the last interviews of Ojukwu at the time on this matter, just to balance both.
But at the end of it, I don't want to go because these things are all, the tapes are available, the records are there. In fact, only about 2 weeks ago, I saw a set of the records again. The transcripts are available. But we talked about the Nigerian situation. And certainly, at the end, everybody says, oh, you told them this, you did that. The fact was that our case was so clear that I actually believe at the end of Aburi that the problem was not Gowon, but probably some ambassadors in Lagos who were pressing for something else. Because we understood each other. We agreed on every single point. The drafting was, in fact, my chief secretary with 2 other chief secretaries from the other side. They said, no. And drafted and agreed. We looked at it, we agreed. General Ankara read over the whole report again to us at the end. Asked us if we wanted to amend anything. No. At the end of all that, the position was so good that actually Ankara drove Jack, Gowon, and myself to the airport. Jack was sitting on his left, I was sitting on his right. He was in the middle. And in the course of that journey, at a point, General Ankara shook his head and said, oh, thank you. Thank you. If only we can go on like this, everything would be all right. I believe I was the one. As I do now from time to time, I go for the dramatic. Suddenly I picked up Gowon's hand, put it on Ankara's lap, brought my other hand, placed it on it, and I said, General, sir, hold us together, I want to say something. So General Ankara put his hand on top of the 2 hands, and I said, General, I want to assure you that I am totally satisfied with everything we said. I will even go further and say to you something I did not say at the conference, and that is that once we have implemented everything we have said, I would ask you for one favor and one favor only. And that would be to be the one to propose Jack Gowon as a head of state of Nigeria.
It was a 2-day conference of peers and old mates, but its aftermath produced even further controversy.
When we came back and Ojukwu did not go to make the statement he made first, virtually giving the impression that we've agreed for a confederation to move apart, etc., which was really not in exactly that. If I had had the opportunity to make my broadcast in first, because that was the agreement, not for him to make the broadcast first, then if I had committed myself to what he said, then there wouldn't have been any problem. But he went and said certain things that certainly looked wrong, and therefore we saw in practically everything he did I think it was for to play up to the gallery, not being sincere.
At Aburi, yes, we agreed on area commands for the armed forces. At Aburi, we agreed that the police force will be decentralized. We agreed on those. Yes. We agreed even to show that we didn't separate. At Aburi, we also agreed on certain revenue formula. That's what happened at Aburi. Aburi again, because I always end up, it sounds odd today, but I always end up by saying I must have been naive, because I believed actually that would be the end. I'll confess to you, when I got back to Enugu, oh yes, I had a party, believing that probably the danger was over. That's what we thought. Until they then began to deny everything. It was the denial of Nigeria that made me publish the tapes of Aburi, because we had insisted that each one should have a set of tapes. Everybody talks about confederation. Go and look at the transcript. There is no time that the word confederation came from my lips.
In broad terms, Aburi changed the title of head of state from Supreme Military Commander to Commander-in-Chief. It gave the regions control over internal affairs, and concurrence of each region was now required for any decision affecting the whole country.
But at the end of it, I don't want to go because this thing.
See, all these videos are online. All you have to do is just punch in the right keywords, and you don't need anybody to end up lying to you. If you want to watch the full video, the documentary on the Aburi Accord, it's online. Just Google it and just listen. Even if it's just for educational purposes, right? Just do it. Most of those who are jumping on TVs these days, driving different narratives, a lot of you have no idea that they all have this political agenda to keep pushing a certain narratives at a certain period for a certain reason, but for the same reasons, just to keep everybody divided. They will say, in Edo State, after we saw Very Dark Man at Ogede yesterday in Benin, here is what the Nigerian army and their impunity. Do you know that not even a statement has been made by the state government till now? People whose properties have been destroyed, demolished by this Nigerian army, they have been left on their own. Now they have left you.
As VDN, they come out for the community. Now they come back again. These people came back with big data. Enough army, about 2 trucks. Now they come out, enter the community again. So they for this one. I will show another one again just now. And Mona see Percy house. Mona see Percy sweat. Mona see complete 2 flat. Now they bring down like this. So Mona see Nigerians. Mona see this one are straight another 2 flat. This evening, no. They just come out for here now. You see the way they take march here. See the way they take 4 house. It be like, yeah, I don't know whether now here can be war front where they say made it. I don't know, insecurity everywhere. Mona see they shop this house. See, they just shop one side of the house down. See, they leave one side, they shop one side. Just go this backyard. See, Mona see people sweat. Mona see person sweat. This house has been here for long because they are me. They first shop one side though, but no. This is painful. See, Mona see houses. See, borehole don't even dey here before, but because they are me, say me they not build. They leave everything. Person leave everything. Imagine now you can't send message to this person and say, Baba, come on, they don't chop your ass into two flats. They don't shop one side, come out. Right from here now, go like this. They bring them down. See people sweat.
Easy, I never build the house finish.
People sweat. And this house like this now, the house don't wet where. So as they touch and they fall. As they touch and they fall. Yeah. As they touch and they fall because the house don't take. The house don't take. Ball even dey front of the house. Imagine. Ball dey front of the and I just roofing level now. You know sir? Roofing level.
Never go foundation.
Roofing.
The state government has not said anything. Even though those of you who live in America and live in all this part of the world, you now know what is going on in the community. If you are from that community as well, God knows how you've been handling that. It is Nigeria. School children were seen today in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Secondary school students. They were fighting because they were cultists, like cultists, secondary school children.
This guy was already. You never cut a knife like that. Cut a knife, you're going to see the picture. This guy get more now. But these people will not even eat better food. See this way, I'm going to son. I'm going to come and I can't live. Oh, my God. Believer, give that. I swear.
I know the cameraman won't blind us. I'm sorry, I did my best to do some stabilization. It's worse. School children. And if you talk to anyone in Nigeria right now, they will be surprised that you are surprised. You say, school children. How can secondary school children say, oh, are you surprised? Well, I am surprised that you are surprised though. It's not a new thing. You just have to be very careful. Secondary school children. So, brethren, the last part of this chart is this piece of, information coming out of Togo, out of, I think it's Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. As I watch this.
This guy was already. You never cut a knife like that. Cut a knife, you're going to see the picture. This guy get more now.
Polisi jatuh kesian.
Iya kah?
Wih, jatuh lagi.
Ya Allah ya Rabbi.
Jangan terlalu ribut deh.
Nesuo, Alasha, Ekpenesuo, Esuo, Nesuo, Nesuo, Ekpenesuo, Ekpenesuo, Ekpecham le lola, bientôt. Ojo sagbe domi eba. Oh, ma polo ça. Oh la vie. Oh. Aussi. Oh, Esuo. Aussi, mi m'attendait, mi sait où ça.
So it's in Togo, the Nasigbe Eyadema, kind of like a country. So about a month ago, there was this rumored coup in Ivory Coast. But now it seems Togo is receiving its own baptismal as well. And Kenya is also currently busy with the Gen Z who are holding their public office holders to their responsibilities. And on that note, we will call it a night. YouTube is still making it difficult for a lot of you to see notifications. So to those of you who actually searched to see if Mayegu is live, thank you. Only a few people probably received notifications. So it is YouTube. Will soon, it will soon be over. So thank you so much for your time. Remember, like the broadcast as you are living. Yeah, if you haven't already, but if you have done it already, don't do it again. No, that means you are taking it back. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And at the same time, have a wonderful weekend. It is a good night from here.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayebi nọ́mbà wá. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayebi nọ́mbà wá. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayebi nọ́mbà wá. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi nọ́mbà wá. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayebi nọ́mbà wá. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi nọ́mbà wá. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Mayebi nọ́mbà wá. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayebi nọ́mbà wá. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi nọ́mbà wá. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi nọ́mbà wá. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ sọ́ra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
òkúra olóṣèlú.
Máyégún mami.
àní ẹ̀ sọ́ra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ sọ́ra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀ sọ́ra kì í.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ sọ́ra kì í. Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ sọ́ra kì í. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta